The evening has grown quiet now. The kind of quiet that settles after a long day of holding things together. A heart arrives here carrying the weight of hours past. Moments that required strength. Moments that asked for endurance. The light is low. The body feels ready to stop bracing. And the soul senses a need for safety rather than effort. There is a longing to rest without watching. To breathe without guarding. To be still knowing nothing must be held alone tonight. Let the shoulders drop gently. Let the chest soften and open. Let the hands rest without gripping. Let the breath slow and deepen naturally. Let the body settle into stillness. If these prayers bring you peace, take a moment to like this video. Subscribe for more nightly prayers. And share where you're listening from tonight. Your presence and words help keep this space gentle and growing. Now, take another slow breath. Let us begin this prayer together. Steady God, faithful and near, a quiet heart comes before you now. Not standing strong, not defending anything, simply resting. The noise of the day fades, and your presence becomes the firm ground beneath this moment. There is relief in knowing that strength is no longer required here. That guarding can give way to trust. That you are already surrounding this stillness. You are a place of safety that does not shift. A nearness that does not weaken. When the day required endurance, you remained steady. When the heart grew tired, you did not move away. In this quiet hour, there is comfort in resting within your protection. Not as something imagined, but as something felt. Calm, solid, unmoving. Your presence offers shelter without walls, strength without pressure. A soul rests knowing it does not need to stay alert tonight. There is a deep assurance here that being near to you is enough. That rest is safe because you remain watchful. That peace can settle because nothing threatens this moment. You hold the weary gently. You steady what feels shaken. You surround the resting heart with care that does not sleep. In this stillness, fear loosens its grip. Vigilance softens. The body senses safety and begins to rest more fully. Breath slows. Tension eases. The heart leans into calm trust. Remain close now. Strong and gentle God. As this prayer continues, let the soul rest in the knowledge that you are steady and present. Let peace settle deeply knowing you are here, protecting, holding, and carrying this night with care. The stillness settles a little deeper now, like evening air growing calm around a sheltered place. The body begins to recognize safety and responds without effort. Muscles that stayed ready through the day soften. The spine rests into support. The sense of needing to stay aware slowly fades. Everything feels allowed to slow because nothing needs defending here. Breath moves steadily and gently. Unforced. Uncounted. Each breath out releases guardedness. Each breath in carries quiet reassurance. The chest rises and falls with ease. The stomach softens. The jaw unclenches. The body listens to this calm rhythm and follows it naturally, learning again how to rest when it feels secure. Steady God. You remain near in this settling quiet. Not distant. Not watching from afar. But present as safety itself. A resting heart senses you as firm ground beneath stillness, as calm surrounding every breath. There is comfort in knowing that your strength does not require alertness. It allows rest. The weight of the day begins to loosen. Concerns that once pressed in grow less defined, less demanding. They do not need to be solved or carried tonight. They can rest quietly within your care, held more securely than tired effort ever allowed. Silence makes room for this release and remains gentle. A sense of peace begins to spread through the inner body. Not fragile, not temporary, but steady and calm. Like resting behind strong walls that do not shift. This peace does not come from vigilance. It comes from trust. From knowing that protection does not depend on wakefulness. It settles nerves that stayed alert too long, easing the inner rhythms. You are the God who shelters without closing in, who protects without pressure. In your presence, the body learns it is safe to let go. Shoulders rest lower. Breath grows slower. Awareness softens. Everything moves toward ease because you remain steady. Nothing presses for attention now. Nothing needs guarding. This moment belongs to quiet trust, to rest offered freely. A heart settles here knowing that safety does not require effort. It is already given, already surrounding this night. Let the calm continue to spread gently, through breath, through body, through thought. Let your presence remain the steady refuge beneath this stillness, carrying everything toward deeper rest. The quiet feels more secure now, like resting within a place that does not move or weaken. The body responds by releasing a little more of its hold, sinking gently into support. Feeling steadied rather than alert. There is less scanning, less listening, only a growing sense that nothing is required in this moment except rest. Breath continues its calm rhythm, slow and even. Each breath out loosens what remained guarded. Each breath in brings a sense of being covered. The chest moves easily. The stomach rests soft. The back settles fully. Even the smallest muscles that stayed ready without notice begin to let go. The body learns again how to be still when it feels protected. Steady God. You remain close in this deepening calm. Not as force, but as assurance. A resting heart senses you as firm presence, dependable and kind. There is no fear here of letting go, because you do not shift. You do not withdraw. You remain steady through every quiet breath. Thoughts that linger grow quieter now, less urgent, less sharp. They drift through awareness without weight, passing like clouds across a sheltered sky. There is no need to follow them. Silence receives them gently and remains unchanged. Wide and calm, a deeper peace settles into the inner body. Solid and reassuring, not fragile, not easily disturbed. It feels like resting within strong care that does not need to be watched. This peace eases the nerves, steadies the heart, and allows the body to soften further. Healing begins quietly where safety is felt. You are the God who offers refuge without confinement, strength without demand. In your presence, the soul rests knowing it does not need to brace against anything. Trust grows naturally here, not spoken, but felt, settling into the body as ease and calm. The body grows heavier now, supported and secure. Arms resting easily, legs relaxed, the face soft and still. Breath remains slow, steady, unguarded. Awareness drifts gently toward rest, content to remain quiet within your care. Nothing presses forward. Nothing threatens this moment. This stillness is held firmly within your presence. Peace remains steady. Safety remains sure, preparing the soul for deeper rest without effort. Remain near, faithful God. As this calm continues to deepen, let the heart rest freely in your protection. Let the body settle further into ease. Let peace remain solid and gentle through every breath. The night feels quieter and more settled now, like resting within strong walls that do not press in, only protect. The body senses this covering and releases a little more, sinking deeper into support. No longer holding itself ready, no longer listening for what might come next. Stillness feels safe here, welcomed, natural. Breath moves slowly and evenly, almost blending into the quiet. Each breath out releases the last traces of tension. Each breath in carries calm assurance. The shoulders remain low, the jaw soft, the muscles around the eyes smooth and relaxed. The body follows this gentle rhythm willingly, trusting the safety of the moment. Steady God, your presence remains firm and kind within this stillness. Not overwhelming, not distant, simply near. A resting heart senses you as strength that does not need to be proven, protection that does not require vigilance. There is peace in knowing that you surround this quiet hour completely. Thoughts continue to fade into the background, losing their edges, losing their pull. They pass through awareness without weight, without urgency. Silence fills the space they leave behind, calm and untroubled, holding everything gently in place. A sense of security settles deeper into the body, steady and reassuring, like being held by something that does not shift. This safety eases the inner rhythms, slowing the heartbeat, calming the breath. allowing the nervous places to rest at last. Peace spreads not because danger is gone, but because protection is present. You are the God who shelters without closing off, who guards without tightening. In your presence, the heart does not need to stay alert. The soul can rest knowing you remain watchful, constant through the night. This trust settles quietly, bringing comfort without effort. The body grows heavier now, supported and secure, limbs resting easily, breath calm and steady. Awareness drifts closer to rest, content to remain still. There is no need to hold on to wakefulness. The night feels safe enough to trust. Nothing presses against this moment. Nothing disturbs this calm. This stillness rests firmly within your care. Peace remains solid and gentle, preparing the soul for deeper rest as the prayer continues. Stay near, faithful God. As this quiet deepens further, let the heart remain at ease beneath your protection. Let the body settle more fully into rest. Let peace continue to spread softly and steadily. The calm feels firmly established now, like resting within a place that does not tremble or shift. The body remains settled and supported, no longer checking or adjusting, simply resting where it is. Stillness feels dependable here, not fragile, not temporary, but steady and sure. The night seems to hold this quiet carefully, allowing peace to deepen without interruption. Breath continues its slow, even rhythm, gentle and unforced. Each breath out releases the last need to stay ready. Each breath in brings quiet reassurance. The chest rises softly and falls again. The stomach rests unguarded. The back settles fully into support. The body listens to this rhythm and relaxes further, trusting the safety it feels. Steady God. You remain close in this deepening calm, not as something to focus on, but as the strength that allows rest. A resting heart senses you as firm presence, dependable and kind. There is relief in knowing that protection does not depend on alertness. Your care does not weaken when the body rests. It remains constant through the night. The concerns of the day feel distant now, softened and quiet. They no longer press against the mind or body. They rest gently within your keeping, held without strain. Silence settles where vigilance once lived, calm and steady, making room for deeper ease. A grounded peace fills the inner body, solid and reassuring, like standing on ground that does not move. This peace calms the nerves, steadies the heartbeat, and allows the breath to remain slow and even. Healing unfolds quietly here, through safety rather than effort, through trust rather than watchfulness. You are the God who offers refuge without confinement, strength without pressure. In your presence, the heart can rest knowing it is surrounded by care that does not sleep. Trust settles deeper now, not spoken, but felt, spreading gently through the body as ease and calm. The body grows heavier in a comforting way, fully supported, arms resting easily, legs relaxed, the face soft and still. Breath remains quiet and steady. Awareness drifts closer to rest, content to remain within this protection. There is no need to stay awake. The night feels safe enough to trust fully. Nothing presses against this moment. Nothing threatens this stillness. This calm is held securely within your presence. Peace remains solid and gentle, preparing the soul to move naturally toward deeper rest. Without effort, without resistance, remain near. Faithful God. As this prayer continues, let the heart rest freely within your protection. Let the body settle fully into ease. Let peace remain steady and sure through every quiet breath. The stillness deepens again, quietly and steadily, like night settling more fully around a sheltered place. The body no longer resists this calm. It yields into it, trusting the strength that surrounds and supports. There is a sense of being held in place, not confined, but secure, free to rest without effort. Breath moves slowly and evenly, guided by ease rather than thought. Each breath out loosens the last traces of guardedness. Each breath in brings reassurance that nothing must be watched tonight. The shoulders remain low, the chest open and soft, the muscles of the back and legs fully at rest. The body recognizes safety and responds with deeper calm. Steady God. A yielding heart remains within your care now. Surrender unfolding without strain. There is no fear in letting go here. Because your presence does not shift, you remain constant, reliable, strong in a way that allows rest. What is released is not lost. It is received, held securely within your protection. The inner sense of vigilance fades further, replaced by quiet trust. There is no need to stand guard, no need to remain alert. Your strength surrounds this moment completely. This trust settles into the body, calming the inner rhythms, easing places that learned to stay tense for too long. A peaceful assurance fills the spaces left by release, steady and grounding, like resting against something firm and unmoving. This peace does not ask for attention. It simply remains, calming the nerves, slowing the breath, steadying the heart. Healing begins here through safety rather than effort, through trust rather than control. You are the God who invites surrender gently, who offers refuge without pressure. In your presence, letting go becomes natural, even welcome. The body senses this kindness and responds by settling more fully. Awareness softening, breath slowing. Everything moves toward rest without being pushed. The mind grows quieter now, thoughts appearing less often, fading more quickly. Silence stretches comfortably between moments of awareness. And that silence feels safe, supportive. The body follows this quiet lead, resting deeper, trusting the night, trusting your care. Remain close, faithful God. As surrender continues to deepen, let the heart rest freely within your refuge. Let the body sink further into calm. Let peace remain solid and gentle, carrying everything toward deeper rest. The night feels settled and unwavering now, like resting within a strong shelter that does not shift or weaken. The body lies quietly, supported and calm, no longer holding itself ready, no longer listening for what might come. There is a sense of permission to remain here, unguarded, unhurried, fully at rest. Breath continues in a slow, steady rhythm, moving easily through the body. Each breath carries reassurance that nothing more is required, that safety does not depend on awareness. The chest rises and falls gently. The stomach remains soft. The limbs feel comfortably heavy. The body understands that it is safe to let go completely. Steady God. You remain near in this quiet trust, not drawing attention, not demanding focus, simply present as protection itself. A resting heart leans into your steadiness, releasing the last need to watch or anticipate. Tonight there is no defense required, no strength to summon, only rest within your care. The inner sense of alertness fades further, replaced by calm assurance. Peace settles deeply, solid and dependable, like resting against something that cannot be moved. This peace does not waver. It remains steady through every quiet breath, easing the nervous places, allowing the heart to slow and rest. You are the God who surrounds without closing in, who shelters without pressure. In your presence, trust grows naturally, not as a thought, but as a feeling of ease spreading through the body. The soul rests knowing that you remain watchful, even as awareness softens, even as sleep approaches. The mind grows quieter now, thoughts appearing less often, dissolving almost as soon as they arise. Silence fills the space between them, calm and unthreatening. The body follows this quiet lead, sinking deeper into rest, content to remain still, content to be held. Nothing presses forward, nothing disturbs this calm. This moment remains firmly within your protection. Peace stays solid and gentle, preparing the soul to move naturally toward deeper rest. Without effort, without concern. Stay near, faithful God. As this trust continues to deepen, let the heart remain at ease within your refuge. Let the body rest fully supported and calm. Let peace remain steady and sure through the quiet of the night. The calm holds steady now, unbroken and dependable. like resting within a strong, quiet place that does not need to be watched. The body feels settled into this safety, no longer adjusting, no longer listening for change, simply resting, supported without effort. The sense of weight becomes comforting, grounding, secure. Breath flows slowly and evenly, barely drawing attention. Each breath out releases the last traces of vigilance. Each breath in carries assurance that protection remains constant. The space between breaths widens, filled with silence that feels safe and kind. The body responds by relaxing further, trusting what surrounds it. Steady God, you are present within this stillness, not above it, not beyond it, but as the strength holding it together. A resting soul senses you as nearness itself, calm, firm, unwavering. There is no need to check or confirm safety. Your presence is enough. Steady through every quiet moment. Peace settles more deeply into the inner body, solid and reassuring, easing places that stayed tense too long. The nerves soften. The heartbeat steadies. The breath remains slow and calm. This peace does not require alertness. It rests easily because protection does not fade with rest. You are the God who replaces vigilance with trust, who allows the heart to rest without fear. In your presence, the soul can remain still, knowing it is covered completely. This trust feels like quiet assurance spreading gently through the body, calming every remaining ripple. The body grows heavier now, comfortably supported, limbs resting loose and still, the face soft and relaxed. Breath remains even and unguarded. Awareness drifts gently, unhurried, content to remain within this refuge. Peace continues to hold everything together. Nothing calls for attention now. Nothing threatens this calm. This moment remains firmly within your care. Peace stays steady and gentle, guiding the soul naturally toward deeper rest. Without effort, without concern, remain near. Faithful God, as this stillness continues to deepen, let the heart rest freely within your protection. Let the body settle further into ease. Let peace remain solid and sure through every quiet breath. The stillness feels wide and secure now, like resting deep within a place that cannot be shaken. The body lies quietly, fully supported, no longer sensing the need to adjust or respond. Breath moves softly, steady and calm, carrying reassurance through every part. Nothing interrupts this peace. Awareness grows lighter, less attached. Thoughts appear only faintly, and when they do, they drift without weight, dissolving back into silence before they can linger. The mind rests beside this quiet, no longer scanning or preparing, content to remain still. Silence feels protective, calm and kind. Steady God, Your presence remains constant within this deep calm, sensed not through effort, but through peace itself. A resting heart abides here without concern, trusting that you are near, strong, attentive. Your nearness feels like firm ground beneath rest, unwavering and sure. This peace continues to settle into the inner body, solid and reassuring, easing the deepest places that once stayed alert. The heartbeat slows. The breath remains even. The nerves soften fully. Safety is no longer something to think about. It is something felt, steady and complete. You are the God who surrounds the resting soul completely, who holds this night without wavering. There is comfort in knowing that nothing important requires attention now. You are already attending to all that matters, watching while the body rests, guarding while awareness fades. The body responds by sinking further into ease. Muscles relaxed, limbs heavy and still, breath quiet and secure. The sense of drifting grows stronger, awareness thinning, moving naturally toward deeper rest. There is no resistance, only trust settling deeper. Nothing presses in. Nothing threatens this calm. This moment remains firmly held within your care. Peace stays solid and gentle, carrying the soul steadily towards stillness and sleep. Without effort, without fear. Stay near, faithful God. As this calm continues to deepen, let the heart remain at ease within your refuge. Let the body rest fully supported and calm. Let peace remain steady and sure through the quiet of the night. The night rests in a deep, steady hush now, like a strong, quiet place that holds without effort. The body lies fully at ease. No movement needed. No awareness required. Breath flows softly on its own, slow and even, guided by rest rather than thought. Everything feels supported, settled, secure within this calm. Awareness grows thinner, lighter, drifting without direction. Thoughts no longer form with clarity. They dissolve almost as soon as they arise. Silence stretches wide and reassuring, holding this moment with gentle strength. The mind rests beside this silence, content to remain still, no longer watching or preparing. Steady God, you remain present in this deepening calm, not drawing attention, not requiring focus, simply near. A resting soul abides within your protection without effort, trusting that you are here even as awareness fades. Your nearness feels like safety itself, firm and unchanging. Peace continues to rest quietly beneath awareness, solid and sustaining, like strength that does not need to be tested. It steadies the deepest places, calming the inner rhythms, restoring balance through rest alone. This peace does not awaken vigilance. It replaces it, allowing the soul to rest without concern. The body grows heavier now, comfortably supported, muscles fully released, breath slow and secure. The boundary between waking and sleep softens further. Drifting feels natural, safe, welcomed. There is no need to remain alert. Protection remains while rest deepens. You are the God who keeps watch as sleep approaches, who guards without disturbance. There is comfort in allowing awareness to fade, knowing you remain attentive, holding what matters while the soul rests quietly. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and steady. Safety remains sure. The night carries this rest gently onward, preparing the soul for deeper stillness without effort. Remain near, faithful God. As rest continues to deepen, let the heart remain at ease within your refuge. Let the body remain fully relaxed. Let peace continue to hold everything steady through the night. The stillness feels complete now, firm and quiet, like resting within a strong shelter that does not shift with the night. The body remains unmoving, fully supported, no longer aware of edges or effort. Breath flows softly, steady and calm, almost blending into the silence. Everything feels held in place by safety. Awareness drifts in and out gently, untroubled. The mind no longer forms clear thoughts. It rests beside silence, content to remain there. When awareness stirs, it does so faintly, then settles again. Silence feels protective and kind, surrounding this moment with calm assurance. Steady God, you remain here in this deep abiding, closer than breath, firmer than thought. A resting soul remains within your presence without effort, without words, simply being held. Your nearness feels unshaken, dependable, a refuge that does not weaken when awareness fades. Peace continues to settle into the inner body, solid and reassuring, easing places that once stayed alert. The heartbeat remains slow. The breath remains even. The nerves rest completely. Safety is no longer something the mind considers. It is something the body knows. Steady and complete. You are the God who remains watchful while the soul rests, who guards without waking the heart. There is comfort in knowing that nothing slips beyond your care. That protection continues through every quiet hour. Even as sleep draws closer, the body remains heavy and at ease now. Muscles fully released, limbs still, breath calm and secure. The sense of drifting grows more complete. Awareness thinning further, moving naturally toward deeper rest. There is no resistance, only quiet trust. All remains calm. All remains settled. Peace fills the inner spaces without interruption. Safety remains sure and steady. The soul rests here, held firmly within your care, untroubled and at ease. Stay near. Faithful God. As this rest continues to deepen, let the heart remain at peace within your refuge. Let the body remain settled and calm. Let safety and stillness carry everything forward through the night. The night holds everything with quiet strength now, steady and unchanging, like resting within something that cannot be moved. The body remains deeply at rest, supported without awareness. Breath moves gently, slow and calm, blending into the silence. There is no effort in staying still, no effort in letting go. Everything feels allowed to remain exactly as it is. Awareness drifts further inward, thinning into gentle quiet. The mind no longer shapes thoughts or images. It rests beside silence, content to remain there. When awareness flickers, it does so softly, then settles again. Silence feels secure and kind, holding this moment without pressure or demand. Steady God. You remain present in this quiet abiding, not as something to notice, but as the strength that holds everything steady. A resting soul remains within your care without effort, without knowing, simply being held. Your presence feels firm and gentle at once, guarding this stillness through the night. Peace continues to rest deep within the body, solid and reassuring, calming the inner rhythms, smoothing what once stayed alert. The breath remains slow and even, the heartbeat steady and untroubled. Safety is no longer something to consider. It is simply felt, settled and complete. The body feels comfortably heavy now, fully supported. Muscles loose and unguarded, limbs resting without movement. The sense of drifting grows more complete, awareness fading naturally, moving gently toward deeper rest. There is no resistance here, only ease. You are the God who remains attentive through every quiet hour, who guards without stirring the soul. There is comfort in allowing awareness to fade further, trusting that you remain near, holding what matters while rest deepens. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and steady. Safety remains sure and unbroken. The night carries this rest forward without interruption, covering this moment with quiet care. Remain near. Faithful God. As rest continues to deepen, let awareness fade without fear. Let the body remain at ease. Let peace continue to hold everything steady through the night. The quiet feels deep and unshaken now, like resting within a place that remains firm through every hour of the night. The body lies still and supported. No edges calling for attention. No need to adjust or respond. Breath flows softly, steady and calm, as though it belongs entirely to this sheltered stillness. Everything feels held in strength that does not press or tighten. Awareness drifts gently, hovering at the edge of sleep, comfortable and untroubled. The mind rests in long spaces of silence, where nothing forms and nothing calls. When a thought appears, it feels distant, light, dissolving back into quiet almost immediately. Silence remains wide and protective, welcoming rest without demand. Steady God, you are present within this deep abiding, not as force, not as sound, but as calm strength itself. A resting soul remains in your care without striving, without words, simply being held. Your presence feels unwavering, dependable, a refuge that does not weaken as awareness fades. Peace continues to settle through the inner body, solid and reassuring, easing the deepest places that once stayed alert. The nerves soften completely. The heartbeat remains slow and steady. The breath stays even and calm. Safety is no longer something to think about. It is something known, steady and complete. You are the God who shelters the resting heart through every silent hour, who remains watchful without waking the soul. There is comfort in knowing that protection does not pause with sleep, that your care surrounds this night fully, holding all that has been entrusted to you. The body remains heavy and at ease, muscles fully released, limbs still and supported. The sense of drifting grows deeper, awareness thinning further, moving naturally toward rest without resistance. There is no need to remain awake. The night feels safe enough to trust completely. All remains calm now. All remains settled. Peace fills the inner spaces without interruption. Safety remains firm and gentle. The soul rests here, held securely within your care, ready to move deeper into stillness. Stay near, faithful God. As rest deepens further, let the heart remain at ease within your refuge. Let the body remain settled and calm. Let peace continue to hold everything steady through the night. The night feels deeply protective now, like a quiet covering drawn gently over everything at rest. The body remains settled and still. No movement. No need to respond. Breath continues softly, slow and even, guided by calm rather than awareness. Everything feels secure, held in strength that does not tighten or press. Awareness thins further, becoming distant and soft. The mind no longer shapes thoughts or images. It rests within silence, comfortable and untroubled. When awareness stirs, it does so faintly, then settles again. Silence remains wide and reassuring, surrounding this moment with steady calm. Steady God, you dwell within this sheltering stillness, unseen, unfelt, yet fully present. A resting soul remains within your care without effort, without attention, simply being held. Your presence feels firm and gentle at once, guarding this quiet hour without disturbance. Peace continues its work deep within the body, solid and dependable, calming the inner rhythms completely. The breath remains slow and even, the heartbeat steady and at ease. Every place that once stayed alert now rests, knowing safety does not fade with sleep. The body feels fully supported now, limbs heavy and relaxed, muscles loose and unguarded. The sense of drifting grows softer and more complete, like floating gently within protection that does not weaken. Sleep surrounds this moment naturally, welcoming and safe. You are the God who shelters through the night, who keeps watch without waking the heart. There is peace in allowing awareness to fade completely, trusting that you remain attentive, holding what matters while the soul rests deeply. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and steady. Safety remains sure and unbroken. The night carries this stillness forward with quiet care, guiding the soul toward deeper rest. Remain near, faithful God, through these quiet hours. Let sleep continue undisturbed. Let peace remain firm and gentle. Let the heart rest securely within your refuge. The stillness feels complete and unwavering now, like resting within a place that remains firm and calm through every quiet hour. The body rests fully surrendered to support, unmoving, unguarded. Breath flows softly, barely noticed, steady and calm, as though it belongs entirely to this sheltered night. There is no sense of time passing, only rest continuing gently on its own. Awareness has grown faint, thinning into quiet presence. The mind no longer holds shape or direction. It drifts comfortably within silence, where nothing forms and nothing is needed. Sleep feels close, natural, already surrounding the edges of being. There is no effort in letting go, only a gentle easing into deeper calm. Steady God, you remain here in this deepest rest, not as something to grasp, but as the strength that holds everything steady. A resting soul abides within your care without knowing, without striving, simply being held. Your nearness feels sure and unshaken, guarding this quiet without interruption. Peace rests deeply within the body now, solid and reassuring, settling every remaining ripple, calming the inner rhythms completely. The breath remains slow and even, the heartbeat steady and at ease. Safety is no longer something to consider. It is simply known, firm and gentle. The body feels fully at ease now, muscles completely released, limbs heavy and supported. The boundary between waking and sleep dissolves more completely. Drifting becomes effortless, safe, welcomed. There is no need to remain aware. Protection remains while rest deepens. You are the God who watches through sleep, who remains present when consciousness rests. There is safety in letting go completely, trusting that you remain attentive. holding all that matters while the soul sleeps. Nothing stirs. Nothing interrupts. Peace remains wide and steady. Safety remains sure and calm. The night continues its quiet work, carrying rest deeper and deeper. The heart remains safe. The body remains at ease. The soul rests securely within your care. Stay near, faithful God, through the hours of sleep ahead. Let peace remain unbroken. Let rest remain deep and complete within your presence. The night feels settled into its deepest calm now, like a quiet stronghold that holds without effort. The body rests without awareness of weight or edge, fully supported, fully still. Breath moves gently on its own, slow and even, guided by rest rather than thought. Everything feels safe enough to release completely. Awareness lingers only faintly, like a distant glow that softens as sleep draws near. The mind no longer reaches or watches. It rests beside silence, content to remain there, drifting naturally, without direction, without concern. There is no need to stay present. Protection remains steady even as awareness fades. Steady God, you remain close in this near sleep stillness, guarding without disturbance, surrounding without sound. A resting soul remains within your care even as attention loosens. There is peace in knowing that prayer continues without words, that your strength holds what the mind releases, firm and faithful through the night. Peace rests deep and unmoving within the body, solid and reassuring, like shelter that does not shift. It calms the smallest movements, steadies the breath, quiets the inner rhythms completely. Safety feels settled now, not something to check or confirm, but something known and trusted. The body grows heavier in a gentle way, limbs fully relaxed, muscles loose and unguarded. Breath remains slow and secure. The sense of drifting becomes more complete. Awareness thinning further, moving naturally towards sleep without resistance. There is no fear in letting go. Rest feels held and protected. You are the God who gives rest without requiring vigilance, who keeps watch while the body sleeps. There is comfort in allowing awareness to fade completely, trusting that you remain attentive, holding the heart in quiet protection through every silent hour. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and steady. Safety remains sure and gentle. The soul rests here on the edge of sleep, untroubled, secure, and at ease. Remain near, faithful God. As sleep deepens further, let rest continue undisturbed. Let peace remain firm and quiet. Let the heart remain safely held through the night. The quiet feels almost complete now, like the night has settled fully into its deepest protection. The body lies deeply at rest, unmoving, unguarded, Breath flows softly, guided by sleep rather than awareness. Everything feels calm and held. Nothing asks for attention. Nothing requires response. Awareness fades in gentle waves, coming and going without effort, without concern. The mind rests in long stretches of silence, where nothing forms and nothing calls. Thoughts no longer gather. They dissolve before appearing. Silence remains steady and reassuring, surrounding this moment with calm strength. Steady God. You remain present in this near-sleep stillness, holding the heart as consciousness loosens completely. A resting soul remains within your care even as awareness slips away. There is trust here without words. Surrender without effort. Knowing you remain watchful when the mind rests. Peace continues to rest deep within the body, solid and unmoving, like shelter that does not weaken through the night. The breath remains slow and even. The heartbeat steady and calm. Every place that once stayed alert now rests fully, knowing safety does not fade with sleep. The body grows heavier, more at ease. Muscles fully relaxed. Limbs still and supported. The sense of drifting becomes gentle and complete. Awareness thinning further. Floating just above sleep. Ready to fade entirely. There is no resistance. Only rest, welcoming rest. You are the God who covers the sleeping heart, who keeps watch through the night without waking the soul. There is peace in letting awareness go completely, trusting that you remain attentive, guarding this rest with quiet strength. Everything feels safe now. Everything feels settled. Peace rests wide and steady. Safety remains sure and calm. The soul rests here, ready to slip fully into sleep, held securely within your care. The night feels very close now, like a gentle covering resting softly over everything that sleeps. The body remains deeply still, fully relaxed, resting without effort. Breath moves slowly and quietly, guided by sleep rather than thought. Each breath feels like a settling deeper into safety, carried by calm that does not waver. Awareness flickers faintly, appearing and fading like distant light behind closed eyes. The mind no longer holds shape or direction. It rests within silence, drifting naturally, comfortably. There is no pull to remain awake, no need to return to thought. Sleep feels welcoming and secure, already holding this moment. Steady God. You remain near as awareness grows dim, holding the heart as consciousness loosens completely. A resting soul remains within your care without knowing, without effort, without words. There is trust in this quiet letting go. Trust that your strength remains when awareness fades, firm and faithful through the night. Peace rests deep and unmoving within the body, solid and reassuring, calming the smallest movements, steadying breath and heart completely. Safety is not something to check or confirm. It is simply known, settled and sure, held by your presence that does not shift. The body feels heavy and secure, limbs loose, muscles fully released. Breath remains slow, even, unguarded. The boundary between waking and sleep dissolves almost entirely. Drifting feels complete, natural, embraced. Nothing resists this rest. You are the God who watches through sleep, who guards the night without waking the soul. There is safety in allowing awareness to fade fully, knowing you remain attentive, surrounding this rest with quiet strength and care. Everything is quiet now. Everything is settled. Peace rests wide and steady. Safety remains gentle and sure. The soul drifts freely, untroubled, secure, ready for deep sleep within your refuge. Remain near, faithful God, through the deep hours of rest ahead. Let sleep settle fully. Let peace remain unbroken. Let the heart remain safely held in your presence. The night rests in full quiet now, deep and protected, like a still place held securely through every silent hour. The body lies completely at ease, settled beyond awareness. Breath moves softly on its own, slow and steady, carrying calm through every part without effort. Everything feels covered by safety that does not weaken. Awareness is faint now, barely present, like a distant echo that rises and fades. The mind rests in silence, no longer forming thoughts, no longer holding shape. Sleep surrounds this moment fully, holding it gently. There is nothing to return to, nothing to attend to, only rest continuing quietly on its own. Steady God, your presence remains constant through this deep stillness, unseen, unfelt, yet fully near. A resting soul remains under your care without knowing, without waking, without striving. You keep watch while sleep holds the body, guarding this night with strength that never tires. A blessing settles softly over mind and body, not announced, not stirred, simply given. Peace rests where vigilance once lived. Calm rests where effort once stayed. Safety remains deep and gentle, continuing its quiet work through every hour of sleep, restoring without awareness, holding without interruption. The body remains relaxed and secure, muscles loose, breath even, heart steady. Everything needed for rest has been provided. Everything required for protection is already present. The night carries this blessing forward without disturbance, sheltering the soul until morning light returns. You are the God who restores in sleep, who renews without awakening, who remains faithful through every silent watch. There is comfort in knowing that nothing is lost in rest. That protection continues even in stillness, even in silence. All is calm now. All is settled. Peace rests wide and steady. Safety remains sure and quiet. The soul sleeps safely, held within your refuge, covered by your care, carried gently through the night. The night remains wrapped in complete stillness now, firm and gentle, unbroken and secure. The body continues to rest fully, surrendered to sleep, held in calm without awareness. Breath moves quietly and steadily, slow and peaceful, carrying life through every place without waking effort. Everything remains settled within safety that does not shift. Awareness rests far beneath the surface, softened by deep sleep. The mind remains quiet, untouched by thought or concern. Silence surrounds this moment like a strong and gentle covering, steady and kind. There is nothing to reach for, nothing to return to, only rest unfolding exactly as it should. Steady God, your presence remains faithful through the deepest hours, watching without disturbance, guarding without sound. A sleeping soul rests securely within your care, unseen, unfelt, yet completely held. Your strength does not fade with sleep. It remains firm and sure through the night. A final blessing rests softly over this quiet heart, peace filling every inner space, calm remaining where vigilance once lived, safety staying deep and gentle beneath sleep, restoring without awareness, renewing without effort. Nothing presses in, nothing unsettles. All is held in balance and protection. The body continues to rest deeply, muscles loose, breath even, heart steady. The night carries this blessing forward, sheltering rest until morning light returns. Renewal unfolds quietly through stillness, through trust, through your unwavering presence. You are the God who keeps watch until waking, who remains a refuge through every silent hour. There is safety here, completeness here, rest given freely and fully. All remains calm, all remains peaceful. Peace stays wide and steady. Safety stays sure and gentle. The soul sleeps securely, wrapped in your presence, held through the night, and gently carried toward a new day.